오케이. 안녕하세요. 이거를 잠시만요. One second, guys. How are you guys? Thank you for waiting. Okay, let me share the link first. 안녕하세요, 안드레아 씨. Okay, let me actually share the link here. 잠시만요. There we go. A1, A3, absolute beginners Korean lesson. Hold on. 안녕하세요, 키라 씨. 어서 오세요. How are you guys? Okay. Hold on. 안녕하세요. How are you guys? How have you been? Sorry for being a little late today. I was just having so many lessons. 제이슨 씨 안녕하세요. 제니 씨 안녕하세요. How are you guys? 잠시만요. Happy New Year. 새해 복 많이 받으세요. Can you hear me well, guys? And Gray, I woke up super early to be ready for the class. Oh my god, thank you. 좋아요. What's the time there? SSC 안녕하세요. 키라씨, good. Oh, I'm super good. Yeah, in few hours I'll be free for today. I will just rest for my birthday tomorrow. Yeah, perfect. 좋아요. Okay, let's wait a few more minutes and let's get started, right? So, are you guys all beginner level? How's your Korean? Ooh, 8 a.m. Yeah, 8 to be. Yeah, it's quite early, isn't it? So 5 hours. So that's Eastern America, right? I woke up at 6:30. Gosh, that's a lot. Oh, 고마워요. Thank you, guys. Super beginner. That's totally fine. Yep. Fantastic. Yep. Perfect. Did you guys watch my previous lessons, by the way? The streaming lesson before? Have you guys watched it? Thank you. 고마워요. I don't really like to celebrate my birthday anymore, but yeah. This year is supposed to be a good one, however, unfortunately. Yep, fantastic. 좋아요. Okay, so yep, hopefully next year will be better, isn't it? Done with the pronouns, perfect. So okay, yeah, we were doing 저는, 당신은, you know, all those ones. Again, 당신, we don't really use it in general, right? You know that. However, because we are formulating sentences together and stuff, and then it's annoying to just put somebody's name on top anyway, so we're gonna just use 당신, alright? I'm gonna check all the previous lessons today. Oh yeah, perfect. Yeah, so there are other lessons of course, like which is a bit advanced than beginner level, so just like find I'm so sorry I haven't really able to like organizing anything, however that I actually like named it, so if you look at the videos that it says A3 group, A3, yeah, you'll be able to see it. Okay. 좋아요. All right, so we got 7 people today. 좋아요. Let's wait extra more minutes. Hopefully, oh, it's already 30, so I think we better should start already. 잠시만요. Alrighty, cool. So we're supposed to have 16 people today. Where's others? Okay, let's wait a little bit more, alright? 좋아요. Alright. So let's review while we're waiting, don't we? It's kind of a good way to do so. 1 second, guys. Here. And ta-da! There. Done. Okay, so this is the one that we were doing before the previous lesson, right? Do you guys have any questions, by the way? So we were doing the pronouns for the first lesson, right? So these are pronouns. And 이것, 저것, 그것. Did you guys watch the practice video? Was it helpful? If it does, I might make some extra videos of practicing. I may be able to help you guys, like, you know, memorizing the words and stuff maybe. But I just need to find the time. I just don't have any time to do so. Oh dear. 좋아요. And then we did the particles, remember? The particles. 은는 and 이가, and then that's how we add together with pronunciation changes, because we do have a pronunciation rules, right? So 당신은, 당신, however, the bottom consonant moves next all the time, right? If there is a circle, it always goes next, right? 당신은, right? 그들은, the bottom consonant moves next. 그들은, right? And 이것은, 이것은, however, we pronounce it 이것은, okay? 이것은, right? Okay, so 이것은, right? So let me just double check here. Okay, perfect. All right. And then 저가 is the odd one. That's the special one. So 저가 become 제가 instead of 저가. I mean, it should be 저가, yes. However, 제가 is the one, right? 우리가, 그들이, 그것이. Same thing. So it goes 그들이, right? 그들이. And 그것이, 그거, S goes next. 그것이, right? 좋아요. And then we did go through the other ones, right? Yeah. So 저는 세레나예요. 제가 세레나예요. So 은는 is just general one. A equal B. However, 이가 is emphasis, right? If you want to emphasize the subject, my subject did something like that, then yeah, you use 이가. And then 이가, when you mention something for the first time, you put 이가, 은는 for following sentence, right? And then one extra comparison. Today는 sunny. Of course, the original sentence was yesterday는 rainy, but today는 sunny, right? 좋아요. And then the verb, we did go through it, right? I'm just double checking with you guys because It's been a while. We had the Christmas break as well. Was it New Year break too? Not really. Yeah, it was Christmas break, wasn't it? Yeah. So it's been a couple of weeks. So there you go. So the verb in general, we just need to put 읍니다 for high formal form. High formal. So high formal, right? 요 formal form, right? And ya as informal form. So as I said, formal form, 요 form is the casual one. So we will gonna use 요 form. We're gonna focus on 요 because that's what we generally use in daily life. Not high formal form because it's for announcements or news or presentations, job interview kind of stuff, right? So yeah, that's 읍니다 form. We barely use it, but however, like the textbooks usually teach this format because it's written, right? It's not wrong, however, we don't really say that, right? That was the problem, right? So 이다 plus 요, that was an exception. It's not because of this E, it's a circle involved. That's why we detach 이에요 or 예요, right? So 이에요 for consonant ending and 예요 for vowel ending, right, guys? 좋아요. So we were making sentences. 저는 미나리예요. 저는 나스라예요, right? So I am 세레나. 세레나예요. Right? So we put the verb in the end, right? You are a teacher. 당신은 선생님이에요. 이것은 펜이에요. 이것은, don't forget, 펜이에요. 당신은 선생님이에요. 당신은 선생님이에요, right? And then yes or no answering, right? Possessive form was 의, right? So 제, 당신의, 우리의, 그들의, 의, right? 저의 이름은, 저의 선생님의, 걔의 이름은 쪼꼬예요. So 의, too many. So sometimes in general we just make it shortened form. 제 선생님의 걔의, well, we also skip this one too. 제 선생님의 걔의 이름은 쪼꼬예요. Like that. 이 컵은 mine. What was mine? My thing, right? Mine, we don't have specific word for it, right? So we use my thing. So my thing. 저의 것이에요. So we have a shortened form. 제 거예요. 것, hard to pronounce, so we actually skip in general, right? The bottom consonant. So 제 거예요. Right? 이것은 당신 것이에요. Is that yours, right? So 이거 당신 거예요? Of course, right? 아니다 is be not. I am not. So 아니에요. 저는 한국 사람 아니에요. Right? 저는 한국 사람 아니에요. 이것은 저의 핸드폰이 아니에요. No, we're reviewing. You can actually look at these lessons in another video, right? Yeah, I'm doing fast. Yeah, I know that because it's a review, right? 이것은 핸드폰이 아니에요. 저의 핸드폰이 아니에요. Okay, and then we were doing the countries before, right? So 한국 사람, 인도 사람, 영국 사람, right? And then Malaysia 사람, 아제르바이잔 사람. Let's see how many people we are, like where we are from. So we are about like 9 people here. So, which country are you from, guys? Which country are you from? I want you to make a sentence. 저는 something 사람이에요. United States. That's 미국, right? So you put 저는 미국 사람이에요, right? 사람이에요. I don't know if I mentioned it before or not, but 요, we don't really pronounce it completely. It's like 사람이에요, like that, right? 사람이에요. So 저는 instead of putting 저는, of course you can actually put 제니 씨는 미국 사람이에요. 안드레아 씨는 페루 사람이에요. So 페루. Oh, my writing is funny today. 페루 사람이에요. Right? 페루 사람이에요. And 키라 씨는 인도 사람이에요. 인도 사람이에요. And I love 범규. 오, okay. 범규 씨 좋아요. Okay. 필리핀 여기 있어요. 필리핀 사람이에요. 필리핀 사람이에요. 저는 미국 사람이 좋아요. Okay. So that's how we're gonna add each other, right? 좋아요. And so that, yeah, we were actually making tons of different country names before, right? And the way we put 사람 and in was a bit different, right? 사람 for native. 맞아요. Perfect. Very good. And Jason 씨, important. Space is also a thing in Korean. If you don't put the correct space in between the words, that's not correct, okay? 저는 space, 미국 space, 사람이에요. Like that. 저는 space, 미국 space, 사람이에요. Alright? 좋아요. And so yes, 사람 is a native word, so it works for all of them, right? So 한국 사람, 말레이시아 사람, 인도네시아 사람, 프랑스 사람, 브라질 사람, right? And in is specifically, oh yeah, I think your space is not working in here for some reason. I don't know why. Yeah, it happens to some other people before, wasn't it? In 한자 word, so it works because in itself is a 한자 word. If you guys don't understand like why we have a 한자 word or why we have native word, there's another video, yeah. I distinguish this too. Why we have two different words, two different names, right? So please watch that, okay? So 한자 word works well with the 한자, the Chinese characters, right? Tried again with the space, but I took the space away. yeah. For some reason, I don't know why, but it happens to other people too. I think that's the reason. Okay, so in 한자 word works well with a 한자 word, right? So 저는 영국인이에요. 제니 씨 좋아요. 저는 중국계 미국인이에요. So what Jenny is trying to say is I'm Chinese American. So 중국계, that's actually the way we say it. 중국계 미국인이에요. So she is American, but Chinese American, right? 중국계. Alright. 한국 음식, 인도 음식, 영국 음식, 미국 음식. You can actually merge it, right? Or as well, language. or 한국어. We are learning 한국어 now, right? So you can also say 한국말 as well, but is the more useful, more common, we say. Okay? So language. All right. So do you guys have any questions? We did a quick review. 15 minutes review. Yeah, wasn't it? Okay, so let's actually try to say. So in order to make a question, it was super simple. We just need to put the question mark in the end, right? So let's actually try to make a sentence again. Are you Indian? So in English, you guys already swapped it, right? In Korean, we don't. So we need to just put it back again. So you first, find the subject first. You, 당신은 Indian. 인도. In the end, that's your person, right? 인도. If you just say 인도예요, then of course, are you India? Doesn't make sense, right? You're not a country. You have to say 인도 사람. And then R. M is R, E예요. because it ended with the bottom consonant requires another circle. 이에요. 당신은 인도 사람이에요? Generally, we do skip 당신은 because it's obvious I'm talking to you. So obviously I'm asking about you, right? So usually obvious stuff we skip, all right? 인도 사람이에요? Like that, okay? Cool, cool, cool. And let's try to put I am not, okay? So let's say, is he? Let's say that. Isn't he a doctor? What was doctor in Korean? Anyone knows? Doctor? 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 Doctor, doctor, doctor. Anyone? 의사 맞아요. 의사. So is he a doctor? So find the subject first. 그는 의사. Object. Is not. 아니에요. 그는 의사 아니에요. You're a vet. Ooh, that's cool. So 동물병원 의사 will say vet. 동물병원 and the 의사 doctor. So 그는 의사 아니에요. Then let's actually answer this one. So if the question is a negative, right? Negative. Then if he is a doctor, how will you answer it? If he is a doctor. Yes or no? Pick one. If he is a doctor, 그는 의사 아니에요? Yes or no? 그는 의사 아니에요? 그는 의사 아니에요? If he is a doctor, yes or no? We already learned yes or no before. 네, 아니요, right? So if somebody asks a negative question, let's actually think about it. In English, negative question, isn't he a doctor? And then if he is, you need to say, yes, it is. Yes, he is, right? Yes, he is. Why? Because English is based on your own answer. So if your own answer is a positive, you need to say, no matter what your answer is, no matter what the question is, you need to say yes, right? 네, he is a doctor, right? However, in Korean is a bit different. That's in English. This is super duper important. It sounds very simple, however, it's not. Answer in Korean, it's different. So Jason 씨, yeah. So 네, 그는 의사 by the way, 의사 ended with a vowel, so you need to put 예요 instead by the way, right? So when the question is negative, you have to think a bit more, but careful, all right? 괜찮아요, Jason 씨, that's fine. It's not about the space, it's about the 예요. Because it's ended with a vowel, you need to put 예요, right? Yeah, so Korean answer will be different. Somebody say 그는 의사 아니에요? Then you need to say no, 아니요. 아니요, 그는 의사예요. What is going on? Right? Because in Korean, it's based on your own, it's not based on your own answer. It's all about the question. So if somebody asks, 아니에요, is he not a doctor? If you agree with it, you must say yes. If you do not agree with the question, you need to say no. That's the difference, okay? 그는 의사 아니에요? No, you're wrong. 아니요. 그는 의사예요. Does it make sense, guys? Yeah? So that's the way. So let's actually try to say another one. Aren't you a Korean student? Right? Well, actually, you know what? Let's just say, aren't you Korean? Let's just say that. Why not? Aren't you Korean? I'm pretty sure you guys, none of you guys are Korean, right? Are you? It's not working. Click this. Come on, move around. There you go. Aren't you Korean? If somebody asks negative question again, aren't you Korean? What will be your well, actually, let's try to make this sentence first. You, 당신은 한국 사람? or 한국인, 한국 사람 아니에요? Yeah, you're not Korean, right? I bet there is no Korean here, right? So, when you answer this one, which one we're gonna say? Your answer will be you agree with the question, you need to say yes, 네. 한국 사람 아니에요. Does it make sense? You agree with this question. Yes, I'm not Korean. Yeah? It's a little bit confusing, yes. However, think about it. You agree with the question? Yes, you're correct. Yes, correct. I'm not Korean. Okay, so don't get confused, all right, when it comes to negative form. Of course, in general, not many people ask negative questions. Yes, not very common, is it? So 한국 사람 아니에요, but in Korean we do actually, because it's not, I mean, we do ask this question, like negative question quite often. 한국 사람 아니에요? Like, or 학생 아니에요? You know, yeah. Then yes and no can be confused. Can be confusing, so please pay attention to it, alright? 좋아요. So that's a yes and no, alright? And then today, beside of this question and answering, let's put this one. So, what? What? If you want to add what, right? What? Then what in Korean is basically, let me actually pull up a new script, yeah? So there we go. What? How do you guys know what in Korean? What? What? No one? What is what in Korean? Mu. Some of you guys might know as mo. That's a shortened form, okay? So you need to know the basic though, and then use the shortened form, right? 뭐 is the shortened form. 안녕하세요, 타냐 씨. 무엇 is the original. 뭐 is a shortened. Okay, so I can actually say this sentence. What is your name, right? What's your name? What's your name? 뭐예요. So 뭐, but I want you guys to use 무엇 for a few lessons, okay? 안녕하세요. So let's try this one. 무엇. 무, M, right? What? So, what is your name? How do we say? Name. Name is this one. How do we pronounce it? 이름, right? Okay, so what is your subject in the sentence? That's the key point, right? Always find the subject first and then apply it, yeah? So your name is your subject, not what is your subject, because it's a question you already swapped around, all right, in English. So we don't need that one. Your name is something. That's what you need to say. So your name, 당신의, your name, 이름. Okay, yeah, that one is actually the shortened form. Spelling is you need to work on spelling, but yeah, that's the shortened form. I want to go through the original one. 당신의 이름, your name, your subject ended, so you put in what, 무엇. It ended with the bottom consonant, so that you put 예요. Right? So think about it. So that's the original question that nobody really used this one, right? So we have to consider three different things. First, well, we already know this 무엇 is actually 뭐, right? So because 무엇, because of the bottom consonant, we added E, right? This time, 무엇, it's ended with a vowel. So 뭐예요, right? 뭐예요? And 당신의 이름은. So what do we need to pay attention? You, right? Again, in Korean, we don't really say you all the time. I'm talking to you. It's obviously I'm asking your name. Obvious stuff, we skip. Okay? So that's why we skip 당신의, alright? And 이름. So think about this particle as well. I'm wondering your name, isn't it? You want to make it object particle extra, emphasize into it, right? So that's the the object. Sorry, subject. What am I doing? A subject particle. So you're wondering the name. So 이름이 뭐예요? That's why it became 이름이 뭐예요 instead of 이름은 뭐예요. 이름은 is also okay, but it sounds like it's like following sentence. So of course, like you already asked, if you've asked like several other questions, like, oh, where are you from, or are you a student, or all those things. Oh, by the way, what's your name? I'm sorry, what's your name? That case, 이름은 뭐예요? Yeah, it works. However, just general form, because in general asking name should go first. That's why 이름이 뭐예요? 이름이 뭐예요? 이름이 뭐예요? Okay. Let's talk about what is this then. What is this? What's this? What is this? Subject, this, okay? 이것은 what, 무엇 is. Yeah, all right. So that we need to go down to the shortened form, right? So 이것은, so 무엇이에요? Like that's simple, right? We already know this. Let me just copy paste. And then 이것은. 자, so think about this one. 이것은. So generally we skip the whole thing, but 이것은, this is not really not as much as skippable, right? So we skip the in part, right? So 이것 is hard to pronounce, so that it goes to skipping the subject particle only. So 이것이, 이거 뭐예요? 이거. So there are actually 이것 with 이것 has many different, and then plus the subject particle, right? This one has 3 different way of saying, okay, the shortened form. So if you think of this way, it will be easy to understand. So it can be 이것은 or 이것이, right? So 이거, as I said, you're just skipping this whole thing, just making it short, whole thing together, right? 이거. And 이게 exists. Let's just put it 이게 and 이건, right? So again, 이거 is skip the subject particle completely. It's just making it short, right? 이거, this. 이게 is your actually it's actually shortened form of this way, right? 이것이. So you're kind of emphasizing into 이. Like this thing, emphasized. All right. There's the shortened form of 이것이. Okay. And next one, 이건. This one is also opposite way because 이것은 here, right? 이것은. It's a shortened form of 이것은. Does it make sense? 이것은. 이거 뭐예요? What's this? Just general shorten. And 이게 뭐예요? What's this? This. Emphasize on this. 이건 뭐예요? You're comparing or either it sounds like following sentence. Does it make sense? So there are a few ways you can actually make 이것은 이것이. Okay? Using shortened form. Okay? So 이름이 뭐예요? You can actually answer it. My name is something, obviously, right? So very good. So that's the general, the basics. So actually we went through all the basics and the stuff, fundamental stuff in Korean. So these are not too bad, right? You just need to memorize a bunch of stuff, yes. And then also on top of it, you have to understand the sentence structure and stuff, right? So before we move to the new stuff, the numbers, I do want to go through the general greetings or like phrase, all right? So a few phrases first, right? So hello, well, it's hello. Well, you guys already know it, right? 안녕하세요. 안녕하세요. Hello. How do we say nice to meet you? Anyone knows? Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Pleasure to meet you. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. 반가워요. Yes, that's actually shortened form. We need to add meet, right? 만나서 반가워요. So Tanya she said here 습니다 form, right? 반갑습니다. So 반갑습니다 is a high formal. I mean it's okay because it's phrase. But general casual situation, 반가워요 is good enough, right? 만나서 반가워요. So here we need to remember these two vocabulary. 만나다. That's to meet. All right? 만나다. So we will see the funny fact, by the way. That's actually the most it actually shows really good explanation of Korean sentence structure, right? So in English, it's nice to meet you. In Korean, we usually say the reason first, and then result after. All right, so that's the way, that's the difference. So we generally explain the reason, blah, 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 and then we say the result after what you actually want to say in the end, right? It's a bit different than English or some other language, right? 만나서 반가워요. So that's the general way in Korean we do speak, right? 만나서 반가워요. So yes, 만나서, well, so it can be obvious, right? Like, well, we mad obvious, right? So we can just skip it and say, oh, 반가워요, or 반갑습니다. That's good enough as well. But original form, you always need to understand or remember original form, right? So please do 만나서 반가워요 for a while and then switch to shortened form, okay? How do we say bye? I did mention in the short videos, right? Those greetings, right? I want to show you certain extra information in there. That's what I'm going through it right now. So 안녕히 가세요. 안녕히 계세요. There are two different things, right? How do you guys know these two different stuff? I again mentioned it earlier from the short video, right? So I actually said 가세요. So again, we already learned 가다, right? To go, right? So don't think, please do not ever think, I know there are other materials, they do say that when I am staying, when you're leaving and stuff like that, like that's too confusing, don't you think? So this is the proper way to remember 가다. We already know 가다, right? So it's basically exactly Jessica just did exactly what I just said, right? The first one, it's who is staying saying. Why do we have to consider that much, you know, like, am I staying, you are staying? Like, we don't do that, you know, like, it's just literally saying bye. Like, we don't really do that much, you know. So please don't think that way, all right? So 가세요, all right? And 계세요. So 가다, we know it as go, so it's literally just go well, all right? Don't think too much. We don't have to compare. We don't really care, like, who am I staying, you're staying. We don't do that, right? That's just like explanation. I don't know why who started first, but that's wrong. Go well, okay? 안녕히 가세요. Go well, all right? 계세요. If you don't know 계시다, that's fine. 계시다 means you're gonna be opposite way, isn't it? Stay well. Alright? 안녕히 가세요. 안녕히 계세요. So stay well will be more similar to like take care, innit? Take care. 안녕히 가세요. 안녕히 계세요. 안녕히 가세요. 안녕히 계세요. Right? So slightly different. Again, we don't really care who's are staying, who's are leaving. Please don't remember it that way. 가, go well. 계, stay. Alright? 안녕히 가세요. 안녕히 계세요. Okay? So there's a situation, for example, like we are having a Zoom meeting these days a lot, right? Like the virtual meetings because of the COVID-19, right? So in that case, when you're saying goodbye to the people online, what were you gonna say? 안녕히 가세요 or 안녕히 계세요? Which one were you gonna say? Anyone knows? Guess. It's just two different options, right? Which one are gonna be? First one, second one. Which one? Second one. We both need to say stay well, take care, because although I might just go out after this lesson, you know, although you might be already outside, it doesn't matter, right? 제니스 맞아요. It doesn't matter which one, like, you know, like if you're inside or it doesn't matter after all. So right now when we are saying goodbye right here, right, that person is staying, right, online virtual meetings or lessons or whatever, I'm staying here. I am here. So it's just take care, stay well. So we both need to say 안녕히 계세요. All of us need to say 안녕히 계세요 instead, right? Jessica, she said, 가 makes me remember when you're telling me the person to go. Ah, yeah, exactly. The person to go. Go well. Go well. Bye-bye. Go well. You know. So, yeah. Okay, 안녕히 가세요. And then because you're adding 세요 in the end, that's actually making this whole sentence extra polite than just 가요, you know? So Jessica, see, like the way you remember things, like the feeling of 가요, like 가 is actually 가요. Kyle, go, leave, go, go, go. It's like that. But no, because of 요, it's actually polite form. And also on top, if you ever see 세 in the middle of the verb, that makes the whole sentence extra polite. Okay, so it's more like saying may and then might. Like that difference maybe, or like will you, would you, slight different, right? That difference, that's what 세 does. Okay, so 안녕히 가세요, 안녕히 계세요. Another, think about this other situation. Think about it. When we are catching a taxi, okay, we took a taxi. We went to a destination, you paid to the driver, and then you say, 감사합니다, and then you're leaving right now, right? You're not, sorry, I shouldn't say leaving. You are saying goodbye to the taxi driver. Which one do you think you're gonna use? What do you think, guys? So you're saying bye to the taxi driver after a whole journey. 안녕히 가세요 or 안녕히 계세요? 안녕히 가세요, 안녕히 계세요. Which one we're gonna be? Are we gonna be? Which one? I'll wait for you guys. 가세요, because the taxi driver is going off, and then you're staying in that location. See, there's confusion going on, right? So if you think as like me are leaving, you're staying like that way, we get confused. Both are saying first one, 안녕히 가세요, both of them. Interesting. 안녕히 가세요? Oh, okay. So 가세요 also will be a bit different thing as well. So, well, because you can actually, it's both situation, isn't it? Like the taxi driver is going off, right? You are saying that. And also another perspective, the taxi driver is staying in the taxi and you are taking off. Right, you're going, so it's either or, right? It's the same situation. But again, in Korean, we don't really think like, am I leaving? You are leaving? No, we don't do that. You know, just say bye. So this is one tip, by the way. Here, 안녕히 가세요, 안녕히 계세요. Both are same meaning, anyways, right? It's only one syllable different too. So we do say 안녕히 계세요. We kind of mumble it, right? Because it's only one syllable different. 안녕히 계세요, like that. 안녕히 계세요, because it's also same g, right? 안녕히 계세요, 안녕히 계세요. Nobody knows. It's both saying bye anyways. It doesn't matter. That's the tip, obviously. Obviously, of course, if you can say the clear one, of course, that's better. But certain cases that we don't know which one to say, we don't really care, right? So just mumble it. That's good enough. Okay. 좋아요. So another way of saying 안녕히 가세요, 안녕히 계세요, bye, I mean, is 잘 using 잘, right? 잘 means well. 잘 가세요. Or yeah, 잘 가요. Casual, much casual, right? 잘 가요. Or 잘 가 between friends, right? Yeah, that mumble thing nobody teaches, do they? Just me. 안녕히 계세요. Like that, okay? All right, next one. How do we say thank you? there are two main way of saying it, right? First one, 감사합니다. Second one, 죄송합니다, right? Oh, sorry, not 죄송합니다. What I'm doing. 고맙습니다. Right? Main two different way of saying it. Well, technically, we've got 5 different way of saying it, yes. But just main ones are these two, right? 감사합니다. So, 합니다, as you can recognize it now. 합니다. The mumbling goodbye, yeah. It's just normal. I mean, like, we mumble. Why not, you know? Nobody cares. 잘가. That's good enough as well, right? Yeah. 읍니다 form, that's a high formal. Both of them is high formal, right? So, 하다 is the verb. 하다. What's 하다? We actually used it before. 안녕하세요, right? 하다 is to do, right? 하다. So, actually the meaning of 감사합니다 is I do 감사, right? We just need to know the meaning of 감사. Again, Korean, we don't really think of the meaning, the actual meaning of the Hanja word. That's a Chinese character. It's like the reason why we get confused a lot is because of the Chinese word, because there's so many meanings inside, right? Meanings are inside. So, 감사, that means appreciation, all right? So, if you're using 하다 verb, this is a very important tip, by the way. Whatever, blah, 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 하다, right? So I usually call that 하다 verb. So this something 하다, this something must be a noun, 99% I will say. And this 99% of noun is 99% 한자 word. Okay? So if you keep that in mind, 감사합니다. 감사. That's a 한자 word, that's a noun. 감사, appreciation, alright? So I do appreciate it. So 감사합니다, being very formal, like very formal. So 감사해요 works. However, 감사해 doesn't exist. You know what I mean? That's why we don't have 감사해. Okay? Because we also have a 고맙습니다 as well, right? 고맙습니다, being polite, saying thank you. That's and that's 고맙습니다 native form, right? 고맙습니다, just saying thank you. 고마워요. Yes. And then informal form exists. 고마워. Between friends, right? Or younger than you, right? So technically we got 5 different ways of saying it, but basically it's just 2 different ways of saying it. Okay, what about sorry? How do we say sorry, guys? Sorry. Again, 2 different things. I'm not gonna write the rest of it. 죄송합니다. Oh, I'm getting hungry. 배고파. 네, 미안합니다. Right? 2 main things, right? 죄송합니다, 미안합니다. You also can see something 합니다. Something 합니다. I do 죄송. I do 미안. Okay? 죄송 and 미안, both of them are 한자 word. Okay, makes sense, right? And it's both of them are noun, of course, as well. So, 죄. Funny fact. 죄 in Korean is guilt. Again, we don't really guilty. My spelling, sorry. Guilt. Right? So in Korean, again, we don't think of the Chinese meanings that much these days, of course. We just use it as like how we feel about that word. 죄 is guilt. 송, kind of feeling, I guess, right? So I do feel guilty. So it's quite heavy, isn't it? I feel guilty, like that much. I'm so sorry. That's what it meant. So the word itself, 죄송, is very polite, very heavy. So that 죄송해 doesn't exist, right? Same thing with 미안합니다. 미안합니다. I do feel uncomfortable. 미안, uncomfortable, right? So that 미안, uncomfortable, so it's less heavy, right? It's still saying sorry too. So 미안합니다, 미안해요, 미안해, 미안 also exists too, right? That's 6th way of saying sorry, of course. Shortened one, right? 좋아요. Next one. I did mention in the short video as well. What is the meaning of 저기요, by the way, guys? How do you guys know it? 저기요, 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 저기요. What's 저기요? What's 저기요? 저기요, 저기요. What is 저기? 저기요. So you have to think this one. 저기 means there. So yes, so 파원님, yep, we use it as excuse me, yes. However, the original meaning of 저기 is there. Okay, 여기 is here, by the way. So 저기요. You're calling somebody. Yeah, so it's like, it's not over there. It's more like, hey there. Hey there. Hey there. It's like that. So it sounds a bit rude. Yes, it is. But because you're using yo together, right? So 저기요. Hey you. Yeah, hey you. Hey there. Yo. Like that. You're trying to get attention. That's what 저기요 is. It's not excuse me. It's trying to getting attention from somebody. That's 저기요. Does it make sense? So 저기 means there. Of course, we can say 여기요 as well. Like here, we need help kind of way, right? Here. All right. So 저기요 and 여기요. So think about it. 저기요 and 여기요. So let's say you can actually use this one into your own sentence as well. So think about it. Here. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah is informal. That's the thing. So 저기요 being polite, right? Yeah. Like, yeah. Hey. You know. Yeah. That's very rude. Please don't use it to random people. Okay. Informal. Very informal. Please don't use it. Only to your close friends or younger kids. Okay? Like younger than you, obviously. Here. Oh, no, sorry. Here. My brain is not working today. I'm so excited for tomorrow. Here is my room. You can say that. How do we say this? Or the bathroom is there, like that. So you literally can just use here and there, 여기 and 저기, in your own sentence, right? Here is my room. 여기는. So that's a subject. Put the subject marker. My subject ended because there's a verb right after. Subject ended. 여기는. Right? My room. What is room? My. Let's use the original form, not 제, 저의. Right? Room. 방. Perfect. is 이에요. 여기는 저의 방이에요. 여기는 제 방이에요. Of course we say 제, but I want you to get used to the 의, the possessive form, so that you can apply to other stuff, right? 여기는 저의 방이에요. The bathroom is there. So what's the subject here? How are we going to start the subject, this sentence? What's the subject? What is the subject, guys? We need to finish soon. I'm hungry. The bathroom is there. So what's the subject, guys? Subject. 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 Is subject there? No. The subject is the bathroom in it. So the bathroom, 화장실. That's bathroom. 화장 is actually makeup as well. So 화장실, like makeup room, powder room, kind of, you know, the meaning of that. But we don't really care about the meaning of the actual thing, right? Like in Canada, they say a washroom. Yeah, that's more accurate than bathroom. We call it bathroom, although it doesn't have bath inside, you know. So it's like that. It's just like the word as it is, right? 화장실, and my subject ended. So we put the subject particle marker. 화장실은 there. 저기. Finish the sentence. Yeah. 여기는 저희 방이에요. And 화장실은 저기예요. Right? So you're putting 은는, you're comparing here and there. So yeah, you can also put in both of them. Not only that reason, this is A equal B anyways, right? 좋아요. So 저기요, when do we use it? In the restaurants. If you go to Korean restaurants, when you order something, yeah, 저기요, that's not rude at all. It's not literally, hey there, right? It's trying to get attention, all right? 저기요. And 저기요, you can also use it. 저기요, you drop your wallet on the street, like to a stranger. You don't know, obviously, you don't know the person's name, so you put 저기요 instead, right? Same reason. I love using 저기요, by the way, because my memory is really bad. So I generally don't remember people's name, right? I'm trying my best, but it just doesn't work. So that's the thing. So when you don't remember the person's name, right? You met this person several times, but still you get confused, like and then also you don't know. It's kind of awkward to ask again, like, what's your name again? You know, it's a bit odd sometimes, right? So for that reason, you use 저기요, right? Again, paying attention, getting attention, right? You're trying to get attention from somebody, so you use 저기요. That doesn't mean I forgot your name, so that's why I'm calling you 저기요. No. It's just like getting attention, so you can use 저기요 for anyone, right? Just as hey, okay? 저기요, all right? Again, not being rude, you're always there, all right? 저기요. Next one last one I want you to go remember is 잠시만요. And 잠깐만요, right? 잠시만요 or 잠깐만요. So yeah, we do say 잠시만요 or 잠깐만요. What's the difference? Well, not much. Again, she maybe is more for time-wise. And then 잠깐 is like a moment-wise, I guess. Right? Not really different, right? So it's interchangeable either, or you can just use it, right? I would just say if you really want to make sure the difference, then 잠시만요, it can be an hour, right? 잠깐만요, it sounds a little bit shorter than 잠시만요. Right, so it's a bit literally a bit moment-wise, okay? But again, we don't care about the meaning. We just use it as the situation or the feeling wise, right? So 잠시만요, 잠깐만요. All right. So, by the way, then what is excuse me then? Well, technically we do have it, which is the 한자 word again. 실례합니다. Again, 한자 word, it's written, it's too polite sometimes, and sometimes it's just too, it sounds like you're reading a book, or, it's just, we don't really use it, that's the thing. 실례합니다, 실례합니다, I do, 실례. 례 is come from manner, and 실, like mismannered. It's like that. So, well, it's just way too polite itself, so nobody really uses it. 실례합니다. Barely use it. We very I don't know how to say. It's just when you knock like randomly, but I am sure that they are having a class, for example. Then it's mismannered. So we do say like 실례합니다, 죄송합니다. We do say that ish. But not all the time, not as a general excuse me in English, you know what I mean? So, beside of using like 실례합니다, we do say just 저기요, getting attention. 잠시만요, 1 second. 실례합니다, 죄송합니다, right? So, 저기요, 잠시만요, 죄송합니다. 네, 죄송해요. That's how we pass through the crowds. Right? That's how we use it. Okay. So Korean spoken form is very casual, very easy, very we don't use tons of 한자 word. That's the thing. Right? Think about that way. So it's a bit easier. Okay. Alright, so next lesson we're gonna go through the numbers, but before that I want you guys to memorize the numbers. We already did. I do have the short videos of numbers. Quite a few, so please watch it through, try to memorize them. So let's actually do it one by one. So we're gonna do 한글 숫자 first, okay? 한글 숫자, next lesson. We're gonna go up to 10 today. 한글 숫자, so the thing is 숫자 means numbers, okay? That's numbers. 한글, Korean alphabet, right? So I just personally use Hangul as a native stuff, okay? So Hangul 숫자 native numbers, all right? So number 1, what's 1? 하나, 2, 둘, 3, 셋, 4, 넷. Are you guys there, by the way? I'm bored. 5, 6, 7. Oh, by the way, 7. We never write it 7 like this. 7. No, because we get confused with 1. Because we write it 1 like this, not like this, to be honest, right? So we generally write it. Let me actually. 7. Cool, thank you. 7, like this. This is the Korean way of writing 7, okay? So don't get confused. The reason why I stopped writing this way is because I'm living abroad, right? And if I write it down this way, then people get confused, like, what is that? Is a number? I'm like, yeah. So for us, this one is just doesn't look like 7, so that's why we put this, right? Like 1 extra. Like it's not, apparently it's not only me, like quite a lot of people do that. That's funny, isn't it? It's just our message arrive a little later. Yeah, there are some delay, of course. Yeah, but I think it's the lowest delay we can ever have, I think. 7, 7, 8, 8. 8 is a bit funny. That 2 bottom consonants and then B is a silence. Okay, silence, 8. And then 9, 9, let me actually write it here. 9, 아홉, 10, 열. Oh, you learn it this way? Jessica, is that what you meant? This one? Or this one? The first or second? Yeah, maybe I wrote it this way randomly and then people just don't get it. Is it number? Is it, what is this? My gosh, 7. 7. Oh dear. So, 하나, 둘. Actually, you know what? Let me try to make a space. 하나, 둘, right? 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, and 열, right? So these are the numbers that I want you guys to practice because we're gonna play with numbers next lesson, okay? The second one, yeah, this way. Gotcha. Yeah, so this one is okay, I guess, but yeah, people just write it down this way. I mean, it looks like 1 sometimes, you know. It looks like 1 for me, you know. So anyways, so 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 열, and that other number, right? We're gonna do that next lesson as well, but I think maybe the other 한자, 숫자 will be like a lesson after, I think. 한자, 숫자. This one, what was it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, still look like 1. 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, mamma mia. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right? So I know, I understand that you guys already know 1 to 10, I guess. However, can you guys say, if I say, what is number 3 in 한글 숫자? Will you be able to say immediately? What's 6? 여섯. What's 9? 아홉. Can you do that? So you need to, so your goal of this week is trying to make the numbers as natural as possible, you know, like not just like, oh, what is 7? Then 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯. Not like that, you know what I mean? You need to literally say it exactly what the number is, right? Yep, there are many words that we have to remember because there are other much more other things we can actually do with these numbers, right? For me, numbers are new. Oh, perfect. Okay, so we're gonna do that actually. So next lesson, right? So look at this one, by the way. Here. So hold on. So if you go to my my channel, right? That's live. That's why it's popped up. So again, I'll try to upload it more. Sorry. If you go to videos or like playlist or something, that playlist here, short videos, right? It does have, so these one basic ones, these ones, if you want to practice the pronunciation, it's all here. These are numbers here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So that 5 number video, I think here, right? 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, these one you don't have to do it, but I just want you to remember the 1 to 10 at least, yeah? Okay. I have only until 4. Oh yeah, so we have to expand it till 10 in both numbers, alright? The reason why we have both numbers in Korean, it's here, guys. Watch this video, please, alright? This why we have a 사람 and why we have in. Same reason why do we have 2 different number systems, yeah? And Andrea said, I have to practice the basic a lot not to feel. Yes, yeah. So you must practice all what we learn because that's the fundamental stuff, very basic. Okay, so once you're okay with what we learned so far among these 3 lessons, yeah, you'll be good to go. Okay, but again, the numbers is another thing, another bum, because we got 2 different number system. You get confused a lot. There are even like there's so many of my students that who are not only my students, like everyone else who's learning Korean, they are intermediate level, to be honest, but they don't know numbers. Like, why? When it's connected to the number, they get lost. Like, what's the time? What's the date today? You know, like, what's the date today? Like, or, you know, just whatever based, like, related to the number system, like numbers, they get confused. You don't want that to happen, okay? So we will master the numbers, okay, next lesson and a lesson after, I believe. So please memorize, try your best to memorize this the number 숫자, 한글 숫자, 한자 숫자, both of them 1 to 10 at least, yeah. And then yeah, I'm gonna show you how we use it, how to use it, how we put it together, how, like, you know, all those extra information with numbers. Okay, 좋아요. Okay, any questions, guys? Thank you for joining today, guys, as well. We have a bit less people than it should be, unfortunately, but yeah, oh well. Okay, any questions? 없어요? No, not at all. All right, so what I'm trying to do is having the streaming lesson on weekend and Wednesday for intermediate level, like about like beginner intermediate, around that one, right? No worries, Andrea. So thing is, yeah, like I supposed to edit this one and then upload it, or I supposed to make the proper just video, not just streaming, unfortunately, but I just really have no time. But at least I'm glad that you guys are also enjoying it together. Hope you enjoy it, right? It's actual lesson that other people are paying for. I'm also, of course, sharing this one to all my students as well, but yeah, so at one point I might gonna just disable the actual lesson like today and just do the edited version without interactive ways, of course, but yeah, so please use it as much as you can, you know. All right, 감사해요, 제니씨. 감사합니다. And thank you so much. Yeah, I'm so excited. Actually, in Korea, I will be... Oh, I can't really say my age anymore because I don't want to share my age anymore. So yeah, in 15 minutes in Korea, I will be 1 more year older. Exciting. Great. Horrible. Anyways, Happy New Year, guys, and see you next weekend, yeah? 안녕히 계세요. Bye-bye. Bye. I'll try to edit this video or all others a bit more shorter ones, by the way. Hopefully I do have some time, roughly. 네, 천만에요, 제이슨 씨. See you next time. 다음에 봐요. Bye. Have a lovely day. 안녕히 계세요. 감사합니다, 제시카 씨. 안녕히 계세요.